Okay, so welcome everyone to our meditation group. It's wonderful to see everyone again. And when I was asking for guidance today on what we should meditate on, and I was contemplating the two pictures and what we discussed on Sunday. I mean, he says it in so many different ways. He shows us in so many different ways that there's just these two thought systems, right? It's just two. It's like one or the other. And he guided me to a few of the later paragraphs in that salvation from fear section that we read first on Sunday. So I'm going to start there. It's on page 513 of the text. And we're just going to read paragraphs 11 to 13. It's chapter 24, section 6, salvation from fear. Paragraphs 11 to 13. Specialness is the function that you gave yourself. It stands for you alone, as self-created, self-maintained, in need of nothing, and unjoined with anything beyond the body. In its eyes, you are a separate universe, with all the power to hold itself complete within itself, with every entry shut against intrusion and every window barred against the light. Always attacked and always furious, with anger always fully justified, you have pursued this goal with vigilance you never thought to yield, and effort that you never thought to cease. And all this grim determination was for this. You wanted specialness to be the truth. Now, you are merely asked that you pursue another goal with far less vigilance, with little effort, and with little time, and with the power of God maintaining it and promising success. Yet of the two, it is this one you find more difficult. The sacrifice of self you understand, nor do you deem this cost too heavy. But a tiny willingness, a nod to God, a greeting to the Christ in you, you find a burden wearisome and tedious, too heavy to be borne. Yet to the dedication to the truth as God established it, no sacrifice is asked, no strain called forth, and all the power of heaven and the might of truth itself is given to provide the means and guarantee the goal's accomplishment. You who believe it easier to see your brother's body than his holiness, be sure you understand what made this judgment. Here is the voice of specialness heard clearly, judging against the Christ and setting forth for you the purpose that you can attain and what you cannot do. Forget not that this judgment must apply to what you do with it as your ally. For what you do through Christ, it does not know. To him, this judgment makes no sense at all, for only what his Father wills is possible, and there is no alternative for him to see. Out of his lack of conflict comes your peace, and from his purpose, comes the means for effortless accomplishment and rest. So going back to the last sentence on paragraph 11, he says, and all this grim determination was for this. You wanted specialness to be the truth. For anyone who just joined, we're on page 513 of the text. So I asked Jesus about this because I wanted a holy relationship. And I thought that I knew what that was. And so I asked him to explain to me what is specialness, and what is the special relationship idea? Because I don't want that, right? And he told me in the most simple terms, and he pointed me to a paragraph that we're going to read in a minute. It's just seeing differences. If I see you as different than me, that's specialness. If I see myself as different than God, that's specialness. So as soon as I see myself as a body, I'm seeing myself as different from God, and I'm in a special relationship with myself, right? That's why he says that in this section. And so that's why he points us so many times to let go of grievances, because in this idea of specialness, there's special love and there's special hate. And you can't have one without the other. They're two sides of the same coin. And so special hate is when we have grievances, when we hold grievances against our brother. And if we really start paying attention, there isn't one person, when we're in this specialness idea, there isn't one person that we don't have some sort of grievance against. Even if it's just a little tiny annoyance. Like, we say we love that person, but there's always something that comes up. The ego is going to present it to us, and we're going to come into that special hate. Because special hate is any little tiny thing. It can be any little annoyance, a little, why did they do that, or whatever, any judgment, any attack thought. And so the paragraph that he pointed me to really make specialness clear, I'm just guided to share that with you. It's chapter 22. It's in the intro, actually. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah. Page 467, paragraph 2. Who has need for sin? Only the lonely and alone, who see their brothers different from themselves. And that's really interesting, because it's like, okay, well, you would think that if I see you as different than me and then we're together, I'm not alone. But it's actually the opposite. It's, if I see you as different, now I'm alone. I am against the world if I'm seeing myself as a body. It is this difference, seen but not real, that makes the need for sin, not real but seen, seem justified. And all this would be real if sin were so. For an unholy relationship is based on differences, where each one thinks the other has what he has not. They come together, each to complete himself and rob the other. They stay until they think that there is nothing left to steal and then move on. I mean, it's like really like the language he uses here. And so they wander through a world of strangers, unlike themselves, living with their bodies, perhaps under a common roof that shelters neither, in the same room and yet a world apart. And so after I read that paragraph, I'm like, okay, so I don't want that at all. How do I get out of this, right? How do I, like, because I knew, like, all right, that's how I'm seeing things, even though this is like very dramatic, this is actually like really what's going on here. And so instantly I wanted to, like get rid of this idea of specialness in whatever way. And what he did for me was he took me to lesson 68. And that it's called Love Holds No Grievances. Now, he also reminded me that when I would try to do lessons, I would kind of like, I'd be sitting there and I'm like, what's happening? And I don't know. And looking back and forth in my book and trying to figure out, okay, what's the next step he wants me to do? So he wants me to take you through this lesson completely, like exactly how he's saying to do it, but in a way that it's kind of in like a guided, so you don't have to, you just follow along. It's exactly how he intended it to be. So remember during this that special hate is really only hurting us. And so this love holds no grievances is really letting go of any little tiny thing to anything that we're perceiving is really big. We're letting go of it all during this meditation. So I'm going to read the first 4 paragraphs of this lesson. It's on page 115 of the workbook, and then we'll get into the meditation. But this sets it up so beautifully that I'm just going to take you through this. Now, if you'd like to just close your eyes and treat this as part of the meditation, that may be helpful. Just feel into guidance and see what'll work best for you. If you are going to do that, just take a deep breath and just really relax into your seat. Wherever you are, just take as many deep breaths as it takes to just settle in and relax. Love holds no grievances. You, who were created by love like itself, can hold no grievances and know yourself. To hold a grievance is to forget who you are. To hold a grievance is to see yourself as a body. To hold a grievance is to let the ego rule your mind and to condemn the body to death. Perhaps you do not yet fully realize just what holding grievances does to your mind. It seems to split you off from your source and make you unlike him. It makes you believe that he is like what you think you have become, for no one can conceive of his creator as unlike himself. Shut off from yourself, which remains aware of its likeness to its creator, yourself seems to sleep, while the part of your mind that weaves illusions in its sleep appears to be awake. Can all this arise from holding grievances? Oh, yes. For he who holds grievances denies he was created by love, and his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? It is as sure that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image, as it is certain that God created them like himself and defined them as part of him. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will forget who they are, and it is certain that those who forgive will remember. Would you not be willing to relinquish your grievances if you believed all this were so? Perhaps you do not think you can let your grievances go. That, however, is simply a matter of motivation. Today, we will try to find out how you would feel without them. If you succeed, even by ever so little, there will never be a problem in motivation ever again. Let's take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just relax. And we're going to say a prayer, and you can add anything to the end of this that you'd like. Holy Spirit, Jesus, I am willing to release all grievances. Please reveal the truth in my mind. I trust you to show me the way. Now search your mind for someone you hold a major grievance against. You probably already have them in your mind. And just picture them in front of you. Hold an image of them in your mind. And just observe them for about a minute. Now determine to see this person as your friend. Now feel into that determination to see this person as your friend. And repeat these words in your mind after me. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. Now just sit with that for a moment and see if you can feel a shift with this brother. If this is hard for you to shift into seeing them as a friend, imagine Jesus there with them and with you, and let him show you that they are your friend. Okay. Now, search your mind for someone you hold a minor grievance against. And just bring them into your mind. It could just be something little. They did something that annoyed you. Whatever it is, just bring a picture of them into your mind. Now determine to see this person as your friend. And repeat these words in your mind after me. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. And just watch this brother and just feel that shift into seeing them as your friend. You may see light around them. You may see them smile. Whatever it is, you'll know when the shift happens. Now, search your mind for someone you hold a minor grievance against, that you love. Someone that you love, that you're holding a minor grievance against. And bring that image into your mind. Now determine to see this person as your friend. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. Now search your mind for anyone else. It may start to become apparent that there is no one against whom you do not cherish grievances of some sort. This has left you alone in all the universe in your perception of yourself. As people come into your mind, continue to see everyone as a friend. We're just going to give about 5 minutes for this, maybe a little less. Now that your mind is empty of grievances and you've let them all go, for the next 10 minutes, think of yourself as completely at peace with everyone and everything. Safe in a world that protects you and loves you, and that you love in return. Try to feel safety surrounding you, hovering over you and holding you up. Try to believe, however briefly, that nothing can harm you in any way. You can say things like, I am completely at peace. I am completely safe. I am invulnerable. Or any other words that take you into the feeling of complete peace with everyone and everything. Now repeat these words after me in your mind. Love holds no grievances. When I let all my grievances go, I will know I am perfectly safe. Now bring your attention to your heart center and just feel gratitude. Allow the feeling of gratitude to fill it. Gratitude for Jesus, Holy Spirit, God. Thank you. Thank you for showing me the way. Just let that feeling of gratitude expand. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and extend gratitude to each other. Now pay attention over the next few days, because when you start a process like this and you start inviting into your mind the awareness of grievances, some others might come in. And even if you can pause for a few minutes and just sit and see that person, whoever it is, as a friend, and let it go, you'll feel so much freer. And then to just make it a habit that in the moment, if you notice a temptation, because a grievance is only a temptation to believe something that's not true. That's all it is. You can stop it at the temptation. You don't even have to let it in. It doesn't even have to be there at all. And that's what Jesus can help us do, so that we can stay in this moment with him. And then we don't have to allow that in at all. And so then we're able to have God's thoughts carrying us through the day instead of the ego temptation and accepting that in. So just try that out. It's so wonderful joining with all of you today. Thank you for coming. I love you. I bless you. I honor you. I'll see you next time. Bye.